like too deep. Just one, 2 liters. Stress don't move me. X1 shoot me, the rest one do me. Director like a movie, like check 1, 2, 3. Nerd type characters, they the worst type rappers. These verses take rappers to the church like pastors. Stepping with my weapon on, repping what I'm stepping on. Check that I've been sketching on, protect what I'm investing on. Her ring was off, her dress was on. She do it till the rest is gone. Then she made a mess all on the bed that I was resting on. Rub me till the stress is on, smoke it till the press is gone. They put me in the center, I'm the one that they.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the Two Dumb Yenters. This is episode 126. What's going on, Big Mike?
Oh, I'm just trying to stay awake.
Trying to stay awake?
Yeah. My kid did not want to sleep last night. I had to work early. Oh, yeah. I had to work early. I fell asleep on the couch before the show. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know where I am. I don't know what I'm doing. It's a rough morning.
Very typical hump day here at the Two Dumb Yenters.
Yeah, Wednesdays are the worst. That's why my new executive order is I am outlawing Wednesdays.
Yeah, I like it.
We can still call it hump day, but no one's going to do anything on Wednesdays anymore. Work's canceled.
Okay.
Vote for Mike.
Vote for Mike. I like it.
Yes.
Yeah, so here we are, 126, Mike. We are past the quarter of the way mark to 500, like we talked about.
Yeah. You choose weird numbers to go towards. You know, we're
hell no.
73 episodes or 74 episodes away from 200, you could say that, but no, you got to go to 500. Like I'm going to be awake. Like I'm going to be awake for
seems minute. It seems like, you know what I mean? Going for the 500. That's the gusto, man.
Yeah, like I'm going to be awake for our 500th episode. I'll just be here. Burnt out.
Yes. The Pirates lost, so I'm not going to talk about them. However, I do want to talk about the moment during the game.
Yes.
So Rodolfo Castro, the second baseman for the Pirates, went sliding into third base last night, and his cell phone comes flying out of his pocket when he slides into third base. Is this just just a case of where we are today?
It could be, or it's like one of those, you forgot to throw it in the locker before the game. You just put it in your back pocket and you're going about your day. Forget it's there. Or, it's the Pirates. He realizes, not much is going to happen as he's sitting there waiting to bat, and he might as well watch some Netflix or something.
No one's ever going to recognize me as a baseball player here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So maybe I need to, raise my own awareness in a way and say, hey.
Yeah. Making some TikToks, streaming while he's playing, advertising himself.
I'd like to see them like running from when he's running from second to third base. I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
In the camera. He's gonna have it with him. Why not? Take the fucking camera out and hit record. You're out anyway.
Exactly.
Right? I don't know. Was he out? I didn't see the play.
I thought he was safe.
Was he safe?
I think so. No, if he was out, I think there would be more outrage over him having the phone because it weighed him down.
You're right. You figure swimmers shave their legs and shit so they could swim faster.
Yeah.
You'd think that a device in your pocket might weigh you down a little bit as well.
Yeah. Well, hey, he was training beforehand. He added that added weight, and he just forgot to take it out. He did not get the speed burst that he was looking for. I saw that this morning. I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. I love Pirate baseball. Was it last season we had like the first ever recorded the weirdest out in baseball history?
I think that was last year. Yeah, I just seen that.
Now we have this guy losing cell phones.
That's the thing. The Pirates will not be known as a good baseball team. However, the blunders and the Lloyd McClendon stealing the
Oh, that's
bag.
the greatest thing ever.
Just the whole way down the list, this team has a rich history. It's not just in baseball. It's with all the bullshit that they do besides win baseball games.
Yeah. We had look at the Pirates history. You go all the way back in the day. We got Honus Wagner, probably, he's regarded as one of the greatest all around, if not the greatest all around baseball player of all time. Willie Stargell, Dave Parker, Roberto Clemente, Barry Bonds. And this is what Bill Mazeroski hit the first ever walk-off home run against the Yankees. It does not get talked about because he beat the Yankees, but all these great players, all these great moments, and we're remembered for cell phone and Lloyd McClendon stealing first base.
Absolutely.
Which is the greatest baseball. No manager argument is ever going to top. I'm taking first base and I'm going home.
That was the best stolen base in the history of Major League Baseball.
It wasn't sorry, Ricky Henderson, but this one tops them all.
Absolutely, man.
I remember watching that game going, my man just stole first.
And he did. He walked off the field with it like a champ too. He had it under his arm like a bag of bread. And I
was always a big Lloyd McClendon fan.
I liked him when he played. He was on those good teams in the early '90s. He was. He was a utility player.
Yeah.
But in situations when needed, he came through. I always liked Mr. McClendon, man.
Me too. And he had to manage those bad teams. No one's gonna get anything out of those teams. And he's still coaching around the league. I think he win a World Series as a base coach or some shit like that. I thought he won.
I would imagine.
I could be mistaken. Me here at the Two Dumb Yinzers, I do not fact check shit when it comes to sport. When it comes to sports, I don't fact check shit.
You know what? It's almost like being alive before technology, where you just shoot the shit. And you know what? If some of the shit's right, it's right. If some of the shit's wrong, it's wrong. It's just fucking conversation.
Yeah.
We're from that generation. Fuck your fact checking.
No, I'm all about fact checking, but not over sports. Fuck that shit.
It's more fun you could go to another show, because I can guarantee everything is not going to be facts here.
Especially from Ryan. Ryan does never spit a fact.
A lot of things are going to be facts, but there will be things that aren't facts, and that keeps it interesting.
You know what are facts? You know what's facts, Ryan? Ryan, you know what are facts?
What are you talking about?
You have to say what? You know what are facts? Say what? Because I'm going to keep talking to you. Say what? You know what are facts? You know what are facts? You know what are facts? These nuts. These nuts. See, okay, you're going to get it. I didn't tell you off air because I forgot. Our last video got a copyright.
Those are the sounds I hear in my head when Mike talks.
Well, see, I have something important to say. We had a copyright strike against us.
Oh.
You know that the song you play, don't play it. The production company hit us with a copyright strike. We've used that song in every single episode. In yesterday's episode, we got a copyright strike. So if you go back and listen to it, it's muted. I had to mute it.
Huh.
Yeah. I thought we were within guidelines. We use it for short time. We kind of, dance along with it and joke about it. I thought we were good, but no, it turns out. Turns out George Michael's people's, it was George Michael, right? His people were like, nah.
I'm not down with that, Mike.
Neither am I. I was kind of disappointed because I thought we used it in fair use, but apparently not.
And I can't promise that I'm not going to use it again. I mean,
hey, just as long as we don't get demonetized, I'm fine.
Yeah. I mean, if they pull away from the billions that we're making, I don't know if I can handle that.
I know, worst case scenario, I mute that 6 seconds. All right, let's go. We just don't talk when it's on, and it adds flavor to the show when you go back and listen to it. It adds intrigue. What are they doing?
Is that song we play when you talk about your girlfriend?
Yeah, don't hit that button. Don't hit that button. Don't hit that button. These nuts.
Who has a problem with it?
The production company, the people who own the song, that record company.
You know what? They can kiss my ass.
They're coming for us, man. They're gonna get us deplatformed.
I hope they do. I hope they come for us.
I hope they don't.
Fuck you, George Michael. Is that who it is?
I think, I don't know.
Fuck you, George Michael. So the Pirates are 16 and a half games, and they drop to the very last position in the division, like they are in last place.
All is right in the world. In the big holy.
They play game 3 of the 4-game set tonight at 9:40. Only the Nationals are doing worse in the National League. Pirates are sitting at 44 and 66. I think the Nationals have like 39 or 37 wins. But there you have it. That's your Pirates scoop of the day. I probably talked about them more than I wanted to.
Yeah, well, we kind of got sidetracked and derailed.
Yeah,
I'm tired. I'm delirious. So I'm going to be a ramble.
My
more
growing
of a ramble.
hate for George Michaels. Let's hop over to football. I'm sorry, we have 81 hours, Mike. 81 hours till the Steelers and Seahawks. And the thing is that pisses me off. The thing is, we're not using your stupid song to draw people. Your song is a backdraft. Your song is, you know what I'm saying? This stupid fucking song that's on these programs for people to use as background music. I don't even like your song. It's a fucking backtrack, so go fuck yourself. If I was using your song as a positive to draw people in, or as something as even as a tool to, that's fuck George Michaels, man.
You know what we're gonna do when we come back in season 3? What we'll do? We'll do a reaction video to that song, so we can play the whole song as an FU.
Yeah.
For you know what? This is like this right here. This feud's going to carry us through the rest of the season and into the third season.
I don't even like that song. It's a dumb song, and it's just kind of the dumbest song that I could find on the program to put in that particular spot. I have no interest in that fucking song. I have no interest in George fucking Michaels. They could both go fuck the fuck off. And here's the thing. Like I said, it's not even a thing that I like to use. It's just kind of something that I put in place whenever I talk about certain things.
Oh, what's the name of the song?
I don't know. Fuck George Michael, man. Who would have thought at this point in the game I'd be pissed off at George fucking Michael?
I know, keep the hate going for George Michaels right now. I'm loving it. I can't find the song. I don't even know what it's called. I was going to start singing.
Who cares about this cat? And here's the thing: I'm not even sure anybody even cared about him back in the day. Fuck George. Fuck George Michael, you fucking piece of shit.
You know what? I'm changing the title of the episode real quick. This is gonna be great. Look, man,
fuck that loser. Fuck him.
Oh, but is he?
This has nothing to do with him. He needs to just fuck the fuck off. And his people. Can you imagine who George Michael's people are? The fuck, get real. So 81 hours from now, we have the Seahawks. Seahawks come to town.
Yes, they do.
I can't wait. And I guess I say that every single day. So I'm gonna lay off the I can't wait a little bit. We have a show Friday that's gonna be all Steeler talk, getting everybody primed for this weekend's game. So I'm gonna cut that a little short there. However, there is a few other Steelers related stories I do want to talk about.
Yes.
Deontay Johnson being sued. He's being sued for his no-show at his football camp. Which rightfully so. I mean,
yeah.
If I went to something based on the fact that he was going to be there, I spent the money, which they make the prices accordingly because it's about this guy. It's his name. Yeah. They're using him. He's stopping in.
Mm-hmm.
I would be pissed. The thing is, I don't know if I would sue. I don't know how much these camps cost. I think the most maybe a couple $100, but that might even be a stretch.
But still, man, you
got to show up, man.
You got to show up if you're collecting the money out of it, and you're putting your name on it. And like you said, these parents are sending their kids there, and these kids are excited. Hey, I see Deontay Johnson. We'll get to learn from him for a little bit. You get excited for that.
And as a kid, that's all you think about once you know the fact that I'm going to go to this camp and Deontay Johnson's going to be there, and you talk about it with your friends, and that's all you talk about. And you can't just not show up. I don't know.
It's kind of like they're it's more or less like a breach of contract, even though there's no contract signed. But it's false advertising. Hey, he's going to be here, and boom, doesn't show. Because I think like when we first talked about this, I said how hard is it to show up for like one day for like an hour, talk to the kids, run a couple routes. Just make an appearance.
He's having one of these careers in Pittsburgh that I think is going to be it's just going to be another blip. Once he's gone after another couple years, I just think he's going to be one of them guys. He was here and he had a good season there and there. He put up decent numbers, but he was also the guy that skipped out on his football camp. He was the guy there was issues with time. I just think that he's going to be a blip along the way. I really wouldn't expect anything great from Deontay Johnson moving forward. I really wouldn't. I mean, you see guys like this. If you have guys like this, I just can't imagine he's going to be, the great known receiver from the Pittsburgh Steelers. I just don't. I could see him going somewhere else, maybe having a little success. But I believe that his career here is a blip, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope he comes out with gaudy, amazing numbers. I hope he does great and does amazing things for this team and helps us win and possibly win a championship. But I don't see that happening again. You see things like this in the league. He's just got so much, and I don't want to say baggage, but almost baggage in a sense. And it's those things aren't what's weighing him down. Again, he's just that guy. He's that guy. Mark my words, 3 years, he's going to be somewhere else. Like I said, if he wins any awards in the meantime, or we get to the Super Bowl, good, awesome. But I'm not really putting much stock into Deontay Johnson.
If he has potential to be one of the best receivers in the league, it's just the late season drop off of production is what kills him. Is what it is. And if he can keep it together all year, I can see him putting up some great numbers. Of course, it all depends on like the quarterback thrown to him.
Yeah.
All depends on who's going to be back there.
I would like to see Pickens. A lot of guys are on, and here's the thing, it's within the organization, but people were saying that Pickens, he has a good shot of being a rookie of the year this year. And as a receiver, that's pretty awesome, man. I don't know if we've had a rookie of the year, but the kid's built like
he's a freak.
He's impressive. He's impressive, Mike. And of course, we haven't seen him to the extent we would have liked to so far. We do have about 80 hours until we get to do so. But the kid has mad potential, and if he can become something special, I think that's a game changer. That's a game changer for this team.
And I guess him and Trubisky have great chemistry together already.
That's what I hear.
And that's not to hijack the show and start talking about the Steelers, but that's huge. That's going to help. That if one of your better receivers, even though he's a rookie, and a quarterback has a great rapport with him, that quarterback has the inside track to being the number one starter.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that Trubisky's going to get the nod. I don't think that there's much right now that indicates otherwise. Yeah. I think that they're talking up Rudolph a little bit to kind of keep him significant. I think they're kind of talking down Pickett a little bit to kind of keep him out of this conversation right now. I think that they're trying to prepare us for Trubisky starting. And here's the thing. I have no problem with that. Again, go back and look at his numbers as a Bear. The coach didn't do anything over that way to make him to make things easier for Trubisky. I think that this kid's good. I think that he's going to do things that the fans aren't expecting, because I don't think that the fans quite understand who Mitch Trubisky is. He was a high draft pick. He put up pretty good seasons, pretty good numbers in Chicago. with the exception to being a backup up to Allen and Buffalo, the guy's had a pretty decent run so far.
Yeah.
I think that people are going to be surprised by Trubisky. I think at the end of the day, they're going to like him.
Yeah, and speaking of the Bears, man, they got their star inside linebacker, Roquan Smith, demanding a trade just because of the way they've been treating him.
I tell you what, if we pull him, you could get rid of Bush and Spillane. This guy leads the league in fucking tackles for loss. Go look at his numbers. He has a pretty amazing resume so far.
See, I wouldn't get rid of Spillane and Bush because they have relatively cheap contracts.
Yeah,
and if and those become your two primary backups, and you're starting Smith and help me out, the other guy, Miles Jack, you're starting those two in the middle with Watt on the outside and Highsmith on the outside. You're rounding into a good linebacking core, but it would be what would they have to give up to get him?
Yeah,
that's the thing right there. What do you have to give up to get him, and is it worth it? Because I would not trade a first round pick this year, just in case, on the off chance that you have a bad year, you have that reward at the end of the tunnel. I'm not trading any more first round picks.
Give them Bush. Take your hand and scrape it along the bottom of the barrel of the 10,000 defensive linemen that we accumulated here in the offseason. Throw him a handful of defensive linemen. Throw him Bush and maybe something else. This guy, I'm like, he would be the icing on the cake if we could bring him in to fill that fourth spot at that linebacker position.
So we're gonna trade all of our bad players for all their good players.
Just one of their good players. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And we could bullshit him and tell them everyone is super excited about Bush, and we would all hate to see him leave. And
apparently he is having a good training camp.
Yeah, I've yet to be wowed by him. I mean, even before he started having, he had that little downfall and he had the injuries. There was nothing about me that wowed him. There was situations where I thought, wow, he's not really that great in the open field. Like people told us he was going to be this great open field tackle. He's kind of undersized in a way, which, sometimes doesn't matter. But in his sense, it does, because he doesn't have this long arm wingspan, which sometimes in an open field situation, it's better to have that wingspan just in case, of a juke situation, a spin, anything like that. He's kind of a compact guy. Again, I'm sure he's great, but I have been to be wowed by the play of Devin Bush.
I just like that we have an inside linebacker who knows how to tackle properly.
Yeah. I think you're going to love Miles Jack, man.
Oh, I already love Miles Jack. He's like one of the few Jaguars that I would watch. Dude,
that's a name. You know what? That's a football player's name too.
Miles Jack.
Yeah.
Now, would you trade Claypool for Smith?
For that linebacker?
Uh-huh. Would you go Deontay, Pickens, Austin, Boykin, Gunner, and whoever else we scrape up?
I think that Claypool has so much upside. I think that Claypool, the player that he is potentially, has so much future. And if he does crack the mold and become the guy that he can be, I think that Claypool is going to be special. I think he's going to be hard to stop. He's a big guy. He's strong. He's athletic. And like I said, you look at those first 9 games of his rookie season, the guy, he has potential to be that guy. And that also, you know that I'm not a big Deontay Johnson guy, so that would leave Deontay Johnson heavy in the mix, which again, I am not. I'm, if anybody loves this guy, that's fine. I have no problem with him. I'm just not super confident in Deontay Johnson. I would like to, I would keep Claypool. So no, the answer is no. I wouldn't give him Claypool for the linebacker, but I would.
I would entertain that offer, like those two, and then and swapping mid to lower round picks around and stuff.
Yeah,
that's what I would hate to see Claypool go, because I think a receiving core, your top 3 of Johnson, Claypool, and Pickens would be a pretty damn good receiving core. It's not going to be as good as Cincinnati's receiving core, but it has the potential to match up with them.
Yeah, I mean,
and and you throw in
Calvin
youth,
Austin the third in that mix as well. I mean, you mentioned the three names.
yeah.
To throw
So
Calvin Austin the third in there, and
yeah,
like you said, Gunner. I mean, the guy that he's one of these. I'm anxious to see Gunner.
I think he's just going to be a returner.
And the thing about these guys, these white guys, these small white guys, that comes from the Bill Belichick factory of white football players. They never really excel outside of New England.
Yeah.
Like Danny Woodhead, he went, this is white guy, this halfback that nobody's talking about, nobody knows, but he could, he ran for 120 yards one game. I remember he goes out to San Diego and the guy's a fucking slut. You know what I mean? It's just these factory made white guys from the Bill Belichick factory of white football players. They just don't pan out when they go elsewhere.
They don't, because it's that system that they ran up there for the
maybe
longest time.
Maybe Belichick builds them that way.
I think he does too. Yeah, just so you think you're too good now. All right, good luck.
Yeah,
but no, I think mainly if he makes the team, he's going to be a returner. I think him and Austin might be your two. We got that other guy who catches all those kicks before practice.
Yeah,
yeah. So we have a good return squad there, but I don't know. I'd entertain trading Claypool if you're going to get that stud linebacker. But the thing is, though, he wants a new contract, so you kind of got to figure out what he wants.
Yeah.
So it's the guy's his own agent too, and I was reading too, trying to negotiate with him to make it not tampering. It's tricky because you're really not allowed to talk to the player. You got to talk to his agent, but he's his own agent. So how do you go about that? Let me put on my agent hat. Let me put on my player hat. So, but
how much do you want to involve yourself into a an unorthodox situation like that as well?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You're getting ready to start the season. You have 2 weeks. You're getting ready to. Do we want to start a situation now where we're dealing with this guy? He's asking to be traded. He's his own agent. He's, at this point, is this something the Steelers want to? Do they want to? Would they find it worth it to deal with this situation?
It depends because, if they know people who know him, or if they've scouted him in the past and they had that, because Tomlin likes to meet with players even if they know they're not going to draft them for cases like this in the future. So if they have like a little bit of a history with them and a rapport with them, that would help and go a long way to know, okay, we can make this work. But it's just like this year, it seems like anytime there's like a potential free agent or a trade, that now like the Steelers are constantly being linked to all these players, and it's outside of what they normally do. So it's just fun conversation, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think he's coming to Pittsburgh.
Troy Polamalu's nephew, Talati Polamalu, is trying out for the WWE, Mike.
No way.
Yes.
That's awesome. So I saw they were having tryouts at was it SummerSlam?
If he has the work ethic of Troy Polamalu, he should do pretty well.
Is he related to the Usos? Is he related
to The Rock? To use him in that way, obviously. I mean, if he has the look, why not?
Yeah, if
he's the storyline.
Yeah, if he's part of that family, you tend to have a good end. At least you did with like when Vince was there. Now with Hunter running, they're going to continue that tradition of if you're part of that family, you're going to have a good run.
Yeah,
a good chance to they're going to give you an opportunity. But hey, if he has I think it'd be kind of cool to see him out there.
I would too. Why not?
Yeah. Even if he's not part of the family, you can make it work.
Marshawn Lynch gets a DUI in Vegas.
Marshawn, man, he always seemed like the kind of guy that would be like, hey guys, we got to call a cab. Because I've seen with everything, he's always been like that laid back guy. He looks like he'd be the one to like call a cab.
Wasn't he at one point smoking weed? Was that the thing? I'm trying to think. There was something with him at one point.
He never got like busted for it, but I think he would like smoke weed. Yeah, in the off season stuff. Yeah. He'd get high. Him and like Conan O'Brien would do weird shit together.
Yeah.
I was like beast mode.
They're making a big deal everywhere I look now. Marshawn Lynch is blah blah blah. You know what? Whatever, dude.
whatever, you know.
He'll take care of his shit. He'll be all right.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It's Marshawn. It's beast mode, man. Hey, he was just there because he didn't want to get fined. So
I don't. Yeah,
so you remember that, like when that Super Bowl thing, Marshawn? What do you think? I'm here so I don't get fined.
I just get tired every time, an athlete or a coach, anytime there's a DUI, they just overdo it. And you know what? The fact of the matter is, a lot of people across our land have DUIs.
Yeah.
Yes, if a person beats their wife, if a person murders somebody in cold blood, if somebody, those are the things you want to hear. I'm personally tired of hearing about the DUIs.
Did he kill anyone?
It means nothing to most people. But again, I guess they got to report it. And you know what? Marshawn Lynch will land on his feet.
You can get a DUI for being 0.01 over the limit.
Exactly.
There's degrees to this shit.
The one city that may have it worse than the Steelers here, Cincinnati, changing the name of Paul Brown Stadium to Paycor Stadium. Paycor Stadium. And you got to think to yourself, there really isn't many people that would be as excited for this as the Cleveland Browns would be.
Yeah.
Now, the Cleveland Browns, who gets their name from Paul Brown, and the Bengals, who gets their stadium name from Paul Brown, you would think that this would kind of be a sweet, bittersweet victory for Cleveland.
You would think. It might be the only victory they get this year, too. Wait, but hey, they're still going to have the Escaluzers, so that's all that matters.
Yeah. So Paycor Stadium, another tradition-rich name, being torn off a stadium for money. Like
how much tradition is in that name of we're gonna lose and not pay our players.
Let me explain to you. When we were kids, you had in the division, you had Three River Stadium, you had the Jungle, you had the Dog Pound, and you had the Terror Dome down in Houston. That was cool, man. As a kid growing up, it was like, oh man, the Steelers got a big game. We got to go to the Terror Dome and beat these guys. Now we're at such an age where everything is Paycor. Every 99% of the stadiums in the league have these company names, which is the way that it is now. I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying it takes fun out of the game, man. I was excited to go to the Jungle. I was excited when the Steelers went to the Dog Pound. I was excited to go to the Terror Dome. Now
I have never heard the Astrodome called the Terror Dome.
Really?
Yeah.
It was a big in late 80s, early 90s thing, man.
I never heard it called that. I think you're tripping. I've heard the Jungle, the Dog Pound, the Black Hole.
You know what? I was going to mention that Black Hole. You brought that up yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since you brought up the Black Hole in Oakland, I've seen three stories of sinkholes. The one that you mentioned to me before the show yesterday in Chile, obviously is fucking huge. You could put a country in that hole.
Right.
The Pembroke, New York sinkhole. And then this morning, the large sinkhole at the Botanic Garden in Pittsburgh.
Okay, there's too much. One, there's too many sinkholes going on, and there's just too much collapsing going on around Pittsburgh.
You ain't shitting.
I'm no longer going to Pittsburgh ever. I'm gonna fall into a sinkhole. They'd be like, ha ha ha! Look at the fat guy fought in the sinkhole. Yeah, not happening. Not happening.
Yeah, but do you recall where I was going with this was? You recall the Naked Gun movies with Leslie Nielsen, O.J. Simpson?
Yeah.
I think it was Naked Gun. It was either 2.5 or 33 1/3. It was
the greatest title ever. Great 33 1/3 is the greatest title ever.
Yes. And at one point, Leslie Nielsen was trying to escape prison, and he lifted up this manhole, and he ended up being inside of the Black Hole in the Raider Stadium. And everybody then seen him poke his head out, and then all of a sudden all these gunshots started going off, and he hurried up and went back down and got the hell out of there. But
Black hole,
I did think of that yesterday. For some reason, you kept bringing up the black hole, and I kept blowing over. I think we might have been talking about something else.
I think you were just hearing like the dun 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 going through your head every time I talk.
I kept hearing that George Michael song. That's all I keep hearing today. Every time I stop talking, that's all I hear. I'm so fucking annoyed by that.
That I'm getting George Michael on the thumbnail.
Oh, for fuck's sake, don't do that. Holy shit.
No, man, that's public use image right there.
We'll be in court before you know it.
Man. I use Stephanie and Vince McMahon. We ain't been sued yet.
What a fucking dumb thing. You know, I'm not even gonna start.
So I guarantee you it's like just an auto-generated thing.
Yeah.
It has to be because
here's the thing, we play
billions
all the
of
time.
videos. Yeah, there's billions of videos out there, so it's probably just a random generated.
Exactly. Fuck him.
Ryan's feud with George Michael coming to a theater near you.
I fucking hate that guy. The thing is, I never really had a problem with him. I just never liked him.
Is he dead?
No. Unfortunately, he's out there, alive and well.
Wow. The guy did nothing. It was his, the studio that owns it.
Yeah, fuck him and fuck them too.
No, it said he died in 2016.
Hold on. I forgot.
He died.
We were in the middle of a show. What?
Yeah, he's dead.
George Michael's dead?
Yeah, he died in 2016, bro.
Well, that's the best news I had all fucking day. George Michael is dead.
Oh man, he's flagging our shit from beyond the grave.
Yeah, fuck him. You know what I mean?
You're in a feud with a ghost. I love this.
If this bitch ass singer from back whenever the fuck he thought he was cool had a fucking problem from beyond the grave, that would be that would be different. No, it's these fucking idiots. No, fuck him. Fuck dead ass George Michaels. Fuck them.
Don't be shitting on the greatest singer of Wham.
Wham. Boy was paid with a 12-year-old boy in Everett, Washington. Mike was paid with a fake $100 bill at his lemonade stand. Okay, so the kid was out there selling lemonade. He just turned 12 in Washington. And a guy stopped and bought $15 worth of lemonade from the kid. Which is my first red flag. The $15 worth, because who buys $15 worth of lemonade from a kid? So he gives him a fake $100 bill, gets $85 of change, disappears. The kid notices, parent, maybe somebody notices something ain't right. This $100 bill isn't right. The numbers are off, colors are off. They take it to a local gas station, check it out. The $100 bill, in fact, is counterfeit.
This is a harsh lesson in reality there, kid.
And the thing is, like I said, the $15 worth of lemonade to me is where the red flag comes in, because who goes to somebody with a $100 bill, buys $15 worth of lemonade off a kid at the corner, unless you're just trying to do one of these really nice things. However, we see by the story, he wasn't trying to do one of these really nice things. He was trying to do something that was wrong and despicable. So what did he do?
I'm on team counterfeit bill guy. Fuck them kids.
I stopped.
He's out there teaching valuable lessons. It's not his fault that this kid, his lemonade stand, did not have the proper theft controls. Why are you taking hundreds, kid? That kid's kind of fishy. He's running. This is a front for his side business, which is his real business, selling drugs. I went there.
You're out of your mind, man.
He's out there selling pixie sticks to his classmates so they can snort them up before the test. I'm on to you. I'm on to him.
Oh, hell no.
I don't trust this kid. Mm-mm.
I stopped the other week and I bought lemonade.
That
from these
sucks
little
for that
kids,
kid.
and they were, they were selling their lemonade. They had different
Yeah.
flavors. They had yellow, they had blue, and they had pink.
I like it.
In the party that I was with, everybody in the vehicle, they all bought a cup. In the look in these kids' eyes when they actually accomplish something,
Yeah.
it really is. It's unrivaled, and I just, that's what kind of pisses me off. Where does this guy come off? I mean, here's the thing: if you're gonna rip off the system and be a fucking dirtbag, that's on you. But once you take it to that level and take it to an 11-year-old kid who's selling lemonade on the side of the street, that's where I got the fucking problem. I guess he's in the same level. He's in the same
level as George Michael.
As George Michael is for me.
Yeah. You know what? I fuck them kids. You know what? I that sucks for that kid, but yeah, fuck that kid. Wait, I've never bought lemonade from the side of the road.
Oh, I don't drink it. I just buy it. You know what I mean?
I don't trust them. I don't know what they put in there.
Exactly.
Did they
airborne bacteria flying around? I mean, there's no way.
Where's the health department? I want my.
Yeah, we need OSHA down on 2nd Avenue. Lemonade.
Because if I get sick from it, what's my legal recourse?
So I do. Like I said, I never drink the lemonade. I bought lemonade off the side of the road many times. I never drink it. I do it to help the kid, maybe boost the morale a little bit. I don't know. I do that sometimes. But the other people who I was with did drink their lemonade. They thought it was well, and you know what? They're all still alive.
For now.
I
see. I kind of want to buy it, drink it in front of the kid, and criticize them and say this is disgusting, and I want a refund.
How did George Michael die?
I don't know.
I hope it was a horrible fucking death.
He did nothing to you. Leave
Fiery,
poor George.
Maybe cancerous.
Wow, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
Perhaps AIDS.
Oh, see, that's just not cool. Wow, you went with AIDS because he's gay. I see how it is.
Hey.
What you feel bad? Let me find out why he died.
Yeah, please look that up, Mike.
So you can find out and you'd be mad. So rude. A heart disease. Jesus Christ, bro. People say,
did it turn into a heart attack, or did he suffer?
I don't know. I did not pull up the coroner's report. It said heart disease. And people say I'm the mean one out of the two of us. And you're here laughing at poor George Michaels. All he wanted to do was provide you with hours of endless entertainment.
I hate his entertainment, man. I fucking hate him.
Oh, the music sucks.
I am so over him right now. Fuck George Michael.
I'm so glad I brought that up on air.
San Diego man drowns in harbor while trying to retrieve his dropped phone.
Let it go, bro. Buy the insurance.
Here's the thing. People, they act as their phone is, an extension of their body. So that doesn't surprise me one bit. I've seen these people. As a matter of fact, I've seen this video where this kid was, him and his friend were by the edge of a building up, up in the sky there. And the one kid told his friend to do the thing where you flip it like this and catch it. And this kid lost it, man. It bounced off his fucking hand and went down. It's almost devastating when you lose your phone anymore. If you just lose your phone around your house, there's a feeling of anxiety that comes over you because everything that you do, everything that you have, everything that you use is all within that device now.
Yeah.
We almost become so dependent on our phones that it would be worth it to jump into a harbor and drown to death to try to retrieve your phone, because again, that is everything.
It is too. Like when I was younger, I could remember everyone's phone number. Family, friends, neighbors, just every phone.
Like I could still remember those numbers.
Now I can't I don't know anyone in my family's phone numbers. I know my phone number barely anymore.
No. I really have to stop and think when somebody asks me what my phone number is.
Yeah.
It definitely doesn't roll off the tongue fluently. I have to stop and think for a second.
Me too. Yeah.
You know, which is the times, and I appreciate that. But like I said, it's one less thing that you have to keep in mind. You have to worry about. You have to stop. You don't have to think about, and it creates space for other things. So I'm cool with that. But like I said, you have all the information that you have and you need in life, and the reason you put it into this phone is to make your life more convenient. So you don't have to keep this stuff in mind. And when this thing, falls off a high-rise building or it goes into the harbor of San Diego, I could see how these people they panic.
Yeah, I would too.
I would too. No bullshit. You know what I mean?
Here I am trying to say like I'm all high and mighty, and I want to do this. We're jumping in right after it.
I just think to myself, so much stuff I do for this show, so much stuff I do for paying bills, so much stuff I do with just everything. My banking is what I do on my phone. So my phone would become, all of a sudden in the harbor. That's a lot of things that I just do in my everyday life. That it's just one button pushed to me, and I access it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be trusting, those little fucking sea lions and seals out there. What are they doing with my bank account?
What
are they buying? I don't trust them.
I'm looking through my porn history
and judging you for it.
Yeah.
A little judgmental fucking piece of shit.
Here's one for you. Have you ever had, you're doing your day, you're doing your thing, and you feel the need to masturbate, but you're not going to do it right then. You kind of have like things planned for the day, and you then create a list of things that you're going to do, and you have to put the masturbation on the list. Have you ever done that? Have you ever added masturbation physically on the list?
To the to-do list.
Drop the wife off at work, stop and get milk, come home, masturbate, clean the garbage. I do that. I include it on my lists.
So you schedule it.
Yes.
No.
You don't do this?
I don't write it down. But
and
I know.
The funny thing is, when I write it down, I kid you not, this is 100% a true story. I kind of write it in a scratchy way, different from everything else.
So no one can read it?
To find my note, they wouldn't be able to read that it plain out says masturbate. So it might say,
Don't live in shame.
Work, milk, a scratchy thing that you would see, the garbage. But that's what it is. It's meant for only my eyes. So if somebody else would pick up my list they find at the grocery store, they would say, "Oh, look at this guy was masturbating at 11:40 this morning." But I do. I do that.
What if it's a beautiful woman? She sees it and sees that, goes, "No, I like him. I'm going to help him out. He doesn't have to do that. I will take care of him." So you're missing out.
A fucking George Michael fan.
Hey, you got to take the good with the bad, bro.
Fuck him, man. Fuck him.
This is great.
I honestly thought I would never.
This is great. You've been going off on this for like
what's that?
You've been going off on this for 45 minutes. It's been great. Every conversation we've had has turned back to George Michael's.
No, it doesn't.
It has. Talk about the Steelers. Let me tell you about George Michael.
Michael, don't leave me here. Michael,
Anne Heche still in a coma after her fiery wreck on Friday, Mike, listed in critical condition. Things aren't looking good for Miss Heche.
Get to the coma. Get to the chopper. Jesus. That's all I got.
It's not a good year for celebrities, man.
It's not. They're dying. They're fiery crashes. They're taking grumpies. People are taking grumpies on their blanket. It's just it's rough out in the streets to be rich and famous.
Yes. Hollywood. Who would have thought Hollywood would be a tough place to live, man.
Right?
That's where the struggle is, baby.
The struggle is real.
The struggle is real in Hollywood.
No money, no problems.
Bel Air, rough neighborhood.
Hey, man, Fresh Prince got shot up in Bel Air.
That's true. He did.
Dropping knowledge.
I like the one where Carlton was eating all the upper pills. Or no,
Yeah.
Will was eating the upper pills and Carlton got into him.
Yeah.
Remember, one of the kids at school gave it to Will because Will was tired and he put it in his locker.
Yeah.
And Carlton got in there and he ate them all.
Yeah.
And he went crazy. He's out there doing the fucking running man and shit. And then got hauled off to the hospital and then ended up coming back on Will. But that, you know what? There's some pretty sad episodes if you think about it, man.
That reminds me of on Saved by the Bell. Jesse got hooked on speed. Really? Yeah.
That must have been a bad thing in the 90s. I don't remember.
Like, apparently it was like a huge, you got to worry about people taking speed. Like, kids are like, what is this? Oh, okay. All right. Hell yeah. Give me some of that now. Like, all those,
I wish I would have known about it because I would have taken it.
Me too.
Because when I played football or, any sports, it would have been beneficial and I might have been better if I would have taken the speed.
Yeah. They're out there telling kids to be away from it. Here's what it does to you. We're all like, fuck yeah. Where can I find this?
Yeah. The harvest is happening. You notice that I spoke about the harvest last week with girls. What they do a lot of times this time of year is
yeah, go ahead.
They leech, they suck, they look for guys to leech onto, and you'll notice what a lot of them do first. A lot of times they might be already in a relationship, and it's this time of year that they end the relationship and then pursue a relationship they may have been thinking about while they were in a relationship. It's this time of year, every year, mark my words, keep track. But, Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson, there's about 3 or 4 different celebrities that I didn't write down, unfortunately, but they are breaking up at this particular time of year. But it goes with what I'm saying. They're gonna find somebody real fast. They break up, whether they're single, they look for a relationship, they're in a relationship, they break up and go after another relationship. I don't know the nature of the beast, but it's really a thing, Mike.
See, you had my hopes up. I thought some poor down on her luck woman saw you and was like, yeah, I guess this guy would do. I was holding out hope for you, buddy.
I got my cock block on, man.
You're blocking your own. You're blocking your own.
I got nothing. Nothing's getting inside these walls.
Done.
We got about 5 minutes, Mike. I got a couple lists. You want me to do a list with you real quick?
Let's do a list. Oh shit! Excuse me, everyone. Yeah, let's do a list.
All right. I have 21st century dirtiest players in the NFL, or top 12 most annoying fan bases in the NFL.
Ooh, let's go annoying fan bases.
Annoying fan bases. All right. So this is the top 12 annoying fan bases in the NFL.
Let's do this.
Number 1, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yep, that's true. Yeah,
the most annoying fan base in the NFL.
Yeah, that tracks. Just look up videos from their stadium. These people were like disgusting.
Number 2, New England Patriots.
Yep.
This list says that the Patriots are the second most annoying fan base in the NFL. Number 3, the Cowboys.
Yep.
The Cowboys come in 3rd.
Yep.
Rounding off the top 3, the Eagles, Patriots, Cowboys.
Number 4,
I can't Cheesehead, the Packer fans. Packer fans fall number 4.
Yeah, they should be higher because they actually think they own the team, but they have never been invited to an owner's meeting. Isn't that suspicious?
They wear cheese on their heads.
Yeah, and
Number
they don't
5,
make any money from the team.
The Chiefs. The Chiefs fan base.
That's recency bias. That's recency bias.
Number 6, the Giants. People might say to themselves the Giants, but you know what? I've known Giants fans in my life. They're kind of different than everybody else.
They are.
We'll get into that on a different show. I ain't got time now. But Giants fans are definitely interesting. Number 7, the Browns. The Browns fall lower than I would expect them to.
They're about where they should be.
Number 8, Washington. The former Redskins. The team that
The
used to be called the
Commanders.
Redskins. The Redskins of the past. The Washington Redskins.
The Washington Commanders.
/ Commanders are
The
number 8 on the
Commanders.
list.
I can see that. Like, oh, we're the Hogs. Yeah, no one cares about the fucking Hogs. You guys had like one good year in the 80s. No one gives a fuck.
Number 9, the Buccaneers. People down in Tampa Bay.
That's going to be recent with Brady coming in and them winning that Super Bowl. Because you never really had a problem with the Bucs fans till Brady got there.
Number 10, the Black Hole. The fans down at the Raiders fans.
Yeah.
The Raiders fans take the 10th spot. There's 2 left. Let me give you a quick rundown of 1 through 10. The Eagles, Patriots, Cowboys, Packers, Chiefs, Giants, Browns, former Redskins, Buccaneers, Raiders, and finally the last 2 most annoying fan bases in the NFL. Number 11, the Bills Mafia. Buffalo Bills have the 11th most annoying.
I thought they would be higher. To be honest.
I would
with you.
too.
I've totally forgot about them until you said that.
Finally, the team that rounds out the top 12. Do you have any picks, Mike?
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Pittsburgh Steelers is incorrect. The 12th most annoying fan base team is the Ravens. The Ravens. The Steelers did not make this list, which was a big surprise to me.
Me too.
I think we belong on there somewhere.
Because we are annoying fucks.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we belong on there somewhere. So the list is the Eagles, Patriots, Cowboys, Packers, Chiefs, Giants, Browns, the former Redskins, the
Commanders,
Raiders, Bills, and the Ravens. So there you have it. The 12 most annoying fan bases. I say let's just throw us in at 13 because we should be in the top 12.
We should be. Oh, God.
We're not. So that was just kind of an interesting list that I came by, Mike. I jotted down about 3 or 4 different lists for the week. I have some interesting stuff. I think you're going to like the rest of the week as well. But right now, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody about our website?
twodumbyinjers.com. The number 2, DUMYINZERS.com. Head over there. Check us out on our links to Spotify, YouTube, our merchandise store, email linkies there, donations thingies there. Just throwing that out there. Yeah. Head on over to the website. Everything you need to know about the Two Dumb Yinzers is there.
Real quick, Mike, before we get into our trivia of the day. You recall when we were kids, they had the football helmet set the kids would get. The helmet, the shirt, those cheap little shoulder pads, and then the pants.
Yeah.
Well, when we were kids, it wasn't so based on the team that was around you. Like now, it's very hard to find one of those team sets that aren't the Steelers around here. If you go to Dick's anywhere. But when I was a kid, the one that I got, and I got it for Christmas, I'll never forget, was the Redskins, and that made them be one of my early life favorite teams just because I had their uniform, I had their helmet, and so the Redskins.
Commanders.
Yeah, and it was really crazy, man. Like my friend, he had the Seattle Seahawks, and we would always go out in the backyard, and we would just smash our heads together to get war marks on our helmets from one another. But yeah, the Redskins, Mike. I was the Redskins.
Triggered.
All right, are you ready? Are you ready for the trivia of the day?
I am ready.
You got your pencil?
Yeah, we'll say I do.
I think you're moving my shit around here. Oh, there it is.
Dude, I haven't left the Oval Office in weeks.
You were at the casting couch yesterday.
I brought it inside to the Oval Office. It's just off camera.
Same couch when Bill Clinton was there.
All
right. So this question here, Mike, is not necessarily a sports question, but it's definitely a hometown Pittsburgh question. So bear with me. I think you'll enjoy. You ready?
All right. Yep.
All right. Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is home to the first commercial radio station in the world. It began broadcasting presidential results in 1920. Pittsburgh is home to the first commercial radio station in the world. It began broadcasting presidential results in 1920. Mike, can you name the radio station? And go.
I can, and if it's the one I think it is, if you notice, certain radio stations on the East Coast start with a certain letter, certain ones on the West Coast start with another letter. But the only Only station on the East Coast to start with a West Coast letter should be the answer. If not, I'll be wrong, but that's just a nice bit of trivia. Boom, boom.
All right. Pencils down. Michael, Pittsburgh is home to the very first commercial radio station in the world. They began broadcasting presidential results in 1920. Do you know what radio station this is?
KDKA.
KDKA. Is that your final answer?
My final answer.
Lock it in. KDKA.
Lock it in.
And that is correct. That is correct. KDKA is, of course, the very first commercial radio station here in Pittsburgh, still thriving till this very day.
Yes.
Everybody, KDKA, great job, Mike. That gives you a win in August. You have 1 win, 1 loss, 1-1. 10 days in. Not bad, my man. Not bad. Do you have anything before we go?
Yes, I am going to the concert tonight. Alice in Chains.
Yes.
Headlining with Bush and Breaking Benjamin. It's gonna be a blast. Gonna have a good time.
I did. I seen this. Bush, Breaking Benjamin, and Alice in Chains.
Alice in Chains, baby. R.I.P. Lane Staley.
That will be a good time. Is it supposed to rain? I think we're supposed to get rain today.
Nope. No rain. No rain.
Okay.
No rain. Nope. If it rains,
man, you get down there, you spread the good word. You see anybody recognize you, don't forget to
I think I should wear my shirt.
I think you should wear your shirt too. I think that'd be fantastic.
I think I will.
So there you go. Mike is going to be down in the pavilion tonight. He'll be down there checking out Alice in Chains, Breaking Benjamin, and Bush. So get down there, guys. If you see him, say what's up. Other than that, everybody, we do want to thank you for stopping by and checking us out. As always, we'll be back tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube. As always, again tonight we will be putting the podcast version of this show up on Spotify. So check that out if you just want to listen to us. Besides for that, it's Mike, it's Ryan, fuck George Michaels.